YouTubey people. I am Asherella, and welcome to my channel, Original Asherella. Today is November 1st, so it is All Saints Day. Yesterday was Halloween, and I just want to say I hope everybody had a happy Halloween. I love Halloween so much, no secret. But Halloween was, it was a little different this year because of COVID. Mine was very, uneventful, but it was still pretty good. I painted my face and put my skull dress on and, just enjoyed the spirit of the day. It was pretty good. Happy Halloween. And today is All Saints Day. Like I said, before I get into today's video topic, I just want to say, I love, Catholic imagery. I've probably talked about this before, but I am not religious at all. But I do love Catholic imagery, and I had to break out my rosary for All Saints Day, and I've kind of got a little candle altar thing going on here, just kind of to acknowledge the vibe of November 1st. Oh, and my skirt has cherubs on it too, so yeah, that's something. But anyway, today's video I'm going to be talking about r/relationship advice post again. I think talking about these is a little kind of cathartic for me, maybe. Just kind of there are certain scenarios and things that have come up in them that have sort of brought up things that I needed to work through in my own mind, and despite them being kind of ridiculous, and obviously I don't have personal situations like these stories specifically, but it triggers something in me that maybe I didn't realize I needed to hammer out. But anyway, today it's just a couple ones. I'm gonna try to make it a short video, but before I get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave me a like and a comment, gently press the notification bell, find me on my socials. That's all. First, I want to say I really kind of like the way the candlelight is, creating the lightscape. It's nice. Okay, so let's see. r/relationship advice. There is a couple different posts that I'm going to read out, just regular style, how I normally do, if I can find them. First up from r/relationship_advice, we have, how do I deal with fear of serious relationships after a very bad and long relationship? ? And this is from user FDS Throwaway 123. Okay, so
I had a bad 5-year relationship where I was cheated on multiple times. He had substance abuse and commitment issues. Now I'm dating somebody who's, as far as I can tell, not that. But I know my body is just flush with hormones to make me feel infatuation. I'm basically afraid of it crumbling down and getting hurt. I'm sure most people have been through similar. How did you deal with this?
Okay, so that was a really short post, but I really have some legit feelings about this because I don't go into a lot of detail, but I had a bad relationship that ended, and it's impossible really to go through a bad breakup or just any type of close relationship ending, even if it's not a romantic relationship, but any type of close relationship that ends, especially if it ends really badly and there was betrayal and that kind of thing. I don't think anybody would ever get through a situation like that not affected at least slightly. Nobody's gonna be oh, okay, they cheated, did drugs, whatever, I'm fine. No, that's just not realistic. And without going into too much detail, I was out of a relationship that got bad. There was definitely betrayal. In obvious ways, and then in a lot of less obvious ways too. Once, I was on the other side of it and started really trying to get focus back on myself, and there were a few things that I had to make a conscious effort to do. it wasn't really like a self-esteem issue because like despite most things that I mean, yes, I definitely questioned myself, and there were times I went through like blame, like what did I do to make the situation bad? Is there anything I could have done to prevent the situation from happening the way it did? And there's not, like it wasn't my fault at all. It really wasn't. And I had to like just constantly tell, and I still have to tell myself that. But it's not, quite the same because I'm like, so much better now. But anyway, so being afraid of future relationships or being in a relationship with this person. First of all, I just want her to make sure that she's ready for like a committed or serious relationship. And if she feels like she is, the way to reconcile the fear and skepticism toward the new person is just like you just have to like allow yourself to trust someone. If you start feeling like jaded or skeptical or questioning them, just like take a step out of the situation and ask yourself, why are you thinking, like, did they do something that so those feelings are legit, or is it just like demons from your past stirring up your emotions or your skepticism? I think that is definitely like the best advice for this person. And also, and I haven't really been in a situation because like I haven't like dated, I guess, post. But I still, and for a while, I had to do it like all the time. That like remind myself that that is like that's all done. I am fine, and that it's okay to like open myself up to people. I was for a while very shut down, very closed off. I didn't really like want to talk to a lot of people, and I know I've talked about like making friends and things like that, but like I was very just disconnected from other people in general. I didn't have a lot of people to be close to, but if somebody would have like would reach out, or I would get into a conversation with somebody like at work or something that seemed to be like genuinely interested in just me or my life or like whatever, like I would like shut that down real quick because like I was just not in an emotional state. Like I was scared to even like make friends with people or allow myself to get close to people in that way. Um, and so I avoided it. I think so I didn't have to, because you're like when you go through a painful situation, you don't want to have to go through that again. You know. So yeah, you just like have to like even if it's like hard to like naturally do it, but I found that if I just like took a moment to like remind myself and reassure myself, and then as time has went on, I've made some like really incredible friends that help reinforce that. And for this situation, this guy, like if he is not incredible and isn't, I mean, if he is aware of what you've been through, but then doesn't try to like take the steps to reassure you, he's not that person. Not that you need to like. Nobody wants to have to constantly like tell somebody it's okay, I'm not them, blah blah blah. But like if he is sensitive to how you're feeling, and I would be open and talk with him about it. But if he is sensitive to what you've been through and really does care for you, then it shouldn't be a big deal for him to periodically just do something or say something to remind you that he isn't the ex, and that it's not the same situation, and that's done and over, and this is a whole new thing. So yeah, just nobody's gonna automatically be good after a situation like that. Betrayal hurts. Being cheated on hurts. Having people that you care about living a life behind your back hurts. Um, but there is light on the other side. So just keep that in mind to this OP. I hope it works out for you. And if this situation and this relationship doesn't work out, I'm sure there will be one in the future, and that is going to be amazing for you. So, all right. Okay, so today's second relationship advice post is very different from the first one, but still kind of about trust and that kind of thing. So, let me get into it. All right, this one is user throwra Sunday. Okay, my husband, 29 male, has been sneaking meat into my 25 female food. I'm a vegetarian. Okay, you might know this if you've watched other videos. I am a vegetarian. I've talked about it. I'm not going to get into it, but yes, I do not eat meat. So this one kind of piqued my interest just based on that. So yeah, let me read.
My husband is the one who cooks most of the time because he likes it and he's good at it, unlike me, who is the manage to burn pasta type of person. I'm a vegetarian and have been since I was 14 or 15 because of ethical reasons. My husband is not a vegetarian, so typically he'll cook the same dish for us but a veggie version for me and meat one for him. Or so I thought.
We had an argument the other day which included our economy, how much we spend on food, and all that. And in the middle, he blurts out that he's been mixing some meat into my vegetarian food for years because he thinks I look sickly and needs the vitamins. I felt so grossed out. I thought that maybe he said it just to mess with me, but he hasn't retracted it. Instead, he's apologized and said he won't do it again, but I have such a hard time to trust him now. How do I start trusting my husband again? Have any one of you experienced something similar? Okay, first of all, oh hell no, you don't mess with people's food. Like, you don't mess with people's food. That is like honestly one of the worst things that I can think of, messing with someone's food. Like, don't do that. That being said, yeah, this is a gigantic breach of trust. Like, how long has he been doing this? This person, first of all, if he had health concerns, he said she looked sickly. It's like, if he was genuinely worried about her health, why didn't he, like, sit her down and have a conversation about it? Instead of, like, sneaking meat into her food. That is just, like, such a violation. Like, oh my god. Like, it's never okay to, like, not know what you're eating. And it blows my mind that this man who presumably loves this woman and has committed to spending his life with her would do something like that. Like, it's nuts to me. I don't know. Like, I honestly would have kind of a hard time coming back from this one because it's not, I mean, it might not seem like a huge deal to some people, but it's like, what you eat and how you eat, and I don't preach my vegetarianism, y'all know that. To each their own, regarding everything in life, especially food. I'm not an annoying vegetarian or vegan that tries to recruit everybody I know. I don't want to try to recruit anybody. Like, if it comes up, I mention it, but if it doesn't come up, then I don't mention it. Like, it doesn't matter. But part of, like, your lifestyle includes your diet. And I mean, this girl has been thinking that she's living her life a specific way for however long he's been doing this. And, that is like a kind of slap in the face to think that you have been on a strict vegetarian diet and then find out that someone has purposefully and maliciously been tampering with your food. Yeah, like, this, I mean, and I hate to jump to, like, the therapy type thing, but, that's a huge violation of trust. I know it's not, like, cheating or anything like that, or, like, all these other things he could have done to violate her trust, but it's not a little deal. So yeah, I mean, therapy, make him grovel, like the groveling is not going to change what he's done, but he's gonna have a hard time recovering from this because, like, that's such a personal thing that he did and messed with. But all of that being said, how did she not know he was putting meat in her food? Like, I'm a vegetarian, and every now and then, if I get something that's like pre-made, for example, I got some like pasta salad at a deli one time, and I thought it was just like broccoli and cheese and some other veggies and like pasta, and there was like bacon in it, and I took a couple bites and I realized that there was bacon in it. You know, it was obvious. I did just picked the bacon out. I didn't make a big deal about it. But how do you, I mean, I love bacon. God, I wish I could eat like a pan of fried bacon right now. But anyway, I mean, I guess I could if I wanted to. But yeah, like, how do you go this long without noticing that you have been getting slipped meat in your food? That is what I want to know, just on like a WTF kind of note. Um, I certainly would know if somebody had been regularly and consistently putting meat in my food. Like, I mean, meat is a solid form. Like, how do you not know? Like, that's blowing my mind. How do you not know? I had another r/relationship advice post where the girl's roommate was messing with her food, or she was pretty sure. And that's just not cool at all. So yeah, OP in this story, I think, I really don't have any good advice other than go to a therapist and get some, you know, advice and guidance on how to rebuild trust in a relationship, because in my opinion, that's pretty damn violating. All right, well, that is it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about these situations that I've talked about in the comments below. Let me know what you think about what I think about these situations in the comments below. Again, happy All Saints Day. I'm Asherella, and this is my channel, Original Asherella. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for checking out my videos. Please consider subscribing. If you come here and you always watch my videos, I appreciate it more than I can even say. Seriously, like, this is what I really love to do, and, you know, the random people watching my videos, I'm still, like, surprised when it happens, but I really, really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already gently caressed the notification bell, make sure you gently caress that notification bell. Caress it. But that is it for today. Make sure to leave me a like and a comment. Find me on my social media accounts. Always tap in, never tap out, and keep on slaying like a Saiyan.